Sounds like a sound from Jurassic World. Actually, it could be from Dragon.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
That's how you call it.
Could be a Gronkle.
That's how you call the Gronkle.
Welcome to our Film Fathers podcast, the definitive podcast about fatherhood, film, and fatherhood in film. This is Jelani, and with me as always are a bread-making Viking and a guy who needs to stop being all of himself, Martin and Brady.
Listen, you know what he's like. From the time he could crawl, he's been different. He doesn't listen. He has the attention span of a sparrow. I take him fishing and he goes hunting for trolls.
You're small and you're weak. That'll make you less of a target. They'll see you as sick or insane and go after the more Viking-like teens instead.
This week, we soar through the skies as we saddle up for a flight with How to Train Your Dragon, the animated adventure that nobody quite expected to be as magical, moving, and downright epic as it turned out to be. A heartfelt story about friendship, courage, and finding your place in the world. It surprised critics, enchanted audiences, and grew into a beloved trilogy with a fan base that is as passionate as any blockbuster franchise. So who did it better? The animated version or the live action?
I don't really know why they had to remake it, because the remake kind of looks like animated too. Like there's something about it.
Yeah.
There's like an animated or CGI quality to it that almost just makes it feel like it's
that's
animated.
a fair assessment of that too. I agree.
I think that was the point, though,
Yeah.
right? When they remade it, because it's already animated, like you can make Toothless look like Toothless. That's the thing that kind of ties everybody back in. To that point, though, I don't know if they really need to remake it either.
Oh, well,
I mean, I don't even think they changed a word.
here's the thing. Need is off the table. I think there's no doubt it's like
15 years later,
Right.
they probably wanted to get.
I was like, you know what's going to happen? Little revenue surge here for the franchise, and there's a lot of these multiple movies, shows. That, I mean, my kids have watched like little shorts on Netflix. There's a ton of the How to Train Your Dragon franchise that's out
Universe,
there. Universe, right? And so I think the live action thing made sense because there is a really big market for this movie, and I think a lot of kids and parents who were kind of probably kids at that point or closer to it, I'm sorry, have an affinity for it. I think this movie snuck up on me when I first saw it, and I was like, oh, this is not just like a cheesy animated movie. It's kind of really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
So before we get down to that road, do you think the live action remake is a thing because DVDs and VHSs are gone or have dwindled?
I mean, it still costs something to do it, so
right,
it's not
it's still,
nothing.
Yeah.
And there's usually a bunch of big names that are voicing.
Right. So you still have to they still have to pay for it, but at the same time, like, now you can, I guess, re-tap into that audience. Because remember when we were growing up, it was always like, hey, Disney's going to release this version of, Bambi or Beauty and the Beast or whatever.
Like from the vault.
From the vault.
Yeah,
and it's not coming back for another
Right.
75 years or whatever, they wanted to say and hype you up. And then you'd run out and buy it. But this is like, hey, you're not buying movies, you're streaming everything. So let's get your money by getting you into the movie theater, and then, we'll make it that way. That's what I feel like, because Disney's been doing this, down the line. You had Aladdin,
Right. Jungle
Beauty and the
Book.
Beast, Jungle Book.
Well, Jungle
Book was good.
I was curious, though. You're talking about this recent Jungle Book. The first live-action remake of an animated film is generally considered to be Disney's The Jungle Book from 1994. Not the one here in the last 5 years.
The one
So,
with Jason.
that you're talking
I'm
about.
thinking
that's really
of
good.
what's his name?
You're thinking of
Jon
Favreau.
Favreau.
Yeah,
Right.
Bill Murray and yeah. It's
You're talking about the Jason Scott Lee version.
Jason Scott Lee. Yes, not Jason Lee, but yes, but that was. I was curious what the first live-action remake was.
Oh, I totally forgot about this.
Right, that's.
Yeah, Jason Scott Lee. That's right. I do remember it now that yes, but did anyone see this? Was it any
I
good?
did. I saw it.
80% Rotten Tomatoes. Maybe it's
It's
not
all
bad.
right, but
Yeah.
I mean, it was also coming right off of I knew the story from the animated one. Jason Scott
Right.
Lee, by the way, was in Dragon, the Bruce Lee story.
Yeah,
So with
I watched that with Lauren
Holly.
Holly.
I almost said Holly Hunter, but
Brady's a big fan.
Yes, sir.
but yeah, when How to Train Your Dragon said that they were going to do a live action remake, I was like, okay. And then you saw the trailers, and I'm like, well, that's kind of cool because Toothless was, an animated character, and they made him look exactly the same, just on a larger scale to size up. And then they also got Gerard Butler back.
That I thought was the biggest one because he's perfect.
Yeah.
I love
Yes.
his voice and his character in the animated one, and then he fit the bill perfectly now. Just give him a beard.
Yeah, he needed to be stoic, and that was, I think,
I picked him in my dad draft. I want to say.
I think without it, you did. I think without him, it's a tougher sell, right? Nick Frost is known. There's people that are known, especially on the younger side. But if you look at the cast of voices on the OG animated version, it's actually kind of ridiculous. I mean, for two reasons. One, I think it's kind of like Jay Baruchel being the primary lead is unorthodox or not what you might expect when you have Gerard Butler, Craig Ferguson, America Ferrara, Jonah Hill, T.J. Miller, Kristen Wiig. I mean, David Tennant,
Christopher Mintz-Plasse, a.k.a.
McLovin / Fish Legs. Yeah. He only plays one named characters. It's a lot of people that you know. So to have it come back and be a live action remake, now, admittedly, I'm a little out of the game, but I recognize Julian Dennison from a face. He's somebody. Nick Frost is somebody, obviously, that I do know. Mason Thames, the main playing Hiccup, I don't really know that name, but I'm sure that there's people who do, who are probably more interested in watching this movie because he's in it, and all these other people are.
Nico Parker, who played Astrid, I just realized, see this now, she's Tandy Newton's daughter.
Yes.
And now I'm like, now.
You see it all day, every day.
Yeah.
No doubt. But how do we know her, though? Because I feel like we do know her from something.
I think I know
The Last of Us.
Yes, I was going to say she was his daughter in The Last of Us.
Tandy Newton's daughter, though. Now I can't unsee that.
Yeah. When I saw that, I was like, oh, for sure.
That's crazy.
Did you watch this with your kids?
I did. Yeah. I mean, this was Colin's one of his. I mean, he loved cars. He loved a lot of them, but at one point, this was his favorite. He's got like a Build-A-Bear, Toothless still, and he wanted to see the new one too. And we both had that great. He's 14 now, so we had the nostalgia moment of there's a part where he first takes Astrid on the flight.
Yeah.
Or to fly with Toothless, and the music is swelling and stuff. And Colin and I just looked at each other like, yeah, this is, it was the same movie and we knew everything that was going into it. And there wasn't really a reason to see it, but there were a few things like that they maybe slightly improved upon. But yeah, we loved the original and we both agreed that was the better one.
Yeah. We, so because of as I mentioned, the decline in DVD sales, you can pick up the DVDs for the How to Train Your Dragon saga
for cheap,
dirt
right?
cheap. So we've gotten them for road trips, and the kids love them. So we've run through all three of the movies. We haven't really gotten into the shows as much.
Yeah, my kids fell into
them years ago.
After they saw the movie, they saw those were available, and then there's one that's like a musical aspect, and there's like a dragon that sings. And I swear, every morning I came downstairs, I saw it, the dragon was singing. I'm like, oh my god! Watch something else.
Yeah.
So they're into the How to Train Your Dragon series, and being able to see it with actual people, kind of is an enjoyment for them. But we do go back to the original a lot more. I think they might have watched it just last week.
And it's by far the best one of the original trilogy. And even anything else, there's just something about. I mean, it's like having a dog. I mean, that's essentially what this is. They're pets or dogs. So, and I don't know, Toothless. I had a black lab named Coda that just definitely reminded me of this. So there was that element to me that I will always love this movie because it's just that's like my dog.
Yeah, I think for me, one of the things that I love
have a flying dog. How cool is that, right?
Falcor,
right?
Falcor, anybody?
Yeah.
One of the things I loved about it
is terrible.
Falcor's death is one of the worst things. Traumatic childhood.
the process that Hiccup goes through as he's like trying to figure out all the tricks and tips for training a dragon or taming a dragon, right?
Yeah.
Like learning that and like not keeping that a secret and not telling anybody. And then as he's learning how dragons work and how they operate and things like that, like the science in me was like, oh yeah, now he's building the wing and trying to figure out.
Love that part too.
It was very cool.
That they
Making
have
sure
to work
that the wing
together.
has to work. I have to be on there to ride the dragon in order for the wing to engage and all that stuff. And then they get to the point where he can fly by himself, and then he builds his own wingsuit. Like that's the stuff that got me.
Very cool, right?
Right.
Yeah, I agree. I love that, all those parts.
Yeah. So, and then when you remake a movie like this, like you're going to get, some of the things different, some of the things wrong. You can't do everything you did in an animated film. I still think they did a good job with all the characters, maintaining the main storyline, and it was already there, so you didn't have to do a whole lot
No,
with
they
it.
didn't. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I don't think there was much that they needed to improve upon. You mentioned that. What's the main voice actor? Jay Baruchel.
Jay Baruchel.
His voice is just very annoying. So I was that part I did kind of like that. It's like, okay, I could see this Mason Thames. I don't know how you say his last name. Just being a little bit more palatable, I guess. And he's not as annoying the
Totally,
whole
I
time.
get that.
I think it's funny you find his voice annoying because I feel like
Baruchel?
yeah, I feel
think
like
it's pretty
he's
universal, but
he's like the '90s version of the '80s nerd, right? Like
I think it's not 90s.
I just think,
2000s.
I think he's the aughts.
sorry, yeah, the aughts.
Aughts.
Sorry, but just like he's the Wyatt or the Gary more so from Weird Science. He's the the Anthony Michael Hall.
No, I don't disagree with that, but
Like-
that doesn't explain why he might not find his voice annoying. His voice is annoying.
You're
I think it's
saying
just
there's
part of-
something,
it's
there's
part of the
something endearing
character.
about,
You're
endearing
not-
about him to you.
You're not
and
endearing
I
yourself
get
to
that.
nerd culture by saying that you think
Yeah,
his voice.
they're coming for you, Martin.
Yeah,
You're gonna get
they're
doxxed.
They're gonna get me.
His
is
annoying
he, is he a
voice.
huge fan? I mean, does he have a lot of fans in the world?
Maybe from this.
Maybe.
I mean, he does this. He's in the Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Oh,
Sure.
He's in the what's the one with
he's
Alice
done. He's
Eve?
done well for himself. I will
Yeah.
give him that.
Well, this alone.
She's out of my league.
Probably.
Like again, he's always the underdog.
With T.J.
right?
Miller?
Yeah.
he was just an Almost Famous.
This
Which-
alone, I bet, did him very, very well with how successful these were.
Hopefully, he got points on the back end.
Yeah.
Well, he probably just got paid more on the next ones that were, ongoing,
Yeah.
and then you're fine. But they weren't going to run him back. Had to be a
Well,
younger
I mean,
guy.
he's older. He's
Yeah.
Our
It wouldn't
age.
really work.
I can't imagine
for
his
a
voice
40-year-old.
changed that much from when we heard it. But
Yeah, but you can't do it for live action. They need to have his face.
what are you going to do?
What dragon did you want?
What do you mean?
Like, if you could pick a dragon,
Oh,
do you pick Toothless?
yeah, of course.
I don't
He's
know
the
how you
best.
don't. I mean,
He's awesome.
yeah, they don't even. Prior to that, they had nothing known about him.
The only technicality is that how did the other ones train so fast? Within an hour, they're like fully able to ride these dragons and are totally
It
fine.
was aggressive.
Yeah,
That's what Martin was. That's Martin's flaws. There's no training montage.
right. That would be pretty killer if they did a training montage in the second one or in the remake.
Just showing how
The
they got
Bewilder Beast, though, is probably the
Is that the big final boss?
colossal alpha dragon,
Yeah.
capable of controlling other dragons and wielding ice-based attacks.
Yeah.
The alpha of the alphas.
When they had like just the light flashes in behind the clouds,
Yeah.
that's pretty badass.
Dope.
I mean, there's a lot of cool parts.
I think this movie, like I mentioned earlier, it was just another animated movie that was out, and I don't know if you know if it was Roman when it was, but we were like, oh well, whatever, we'll just turn it on, and I was like, getting emotional, and like I was like, shit, this movie's fucking good. It's like, what just happened? This is not what I saw coming when I turned this thing on.
That was the same. It was like New Year's Eve or something. I'm like, oh, I heard this movie was pretty good. The kids were the right age. I'm like, let's just put it on, and I'm like, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it hits the dad feels. It hits the in its own way because of how piss poor Gerard Butler is to his own kid, disowning him,
right?
and
I didn't know this.
it's the opposite. You didn't notice him, not like
Oh, you're saying in the movie?
In the movie.
I thought you were saying in real life.
no. I'm saying in the movie, I was like, he was he
Right.
said he's like
Yeah.
pretty much you're no son of mine.
Yeah.
Moderately harsh.
Then he
Martin's
he changes his mind pretty quick.
Martin's like, I didn't notice that.
No, I'm sorry. I was reading
It's too
something.
deep.
I haven't seen Martin Parent, but I mean, technically,
I mean, if you want to train dragons, yeah, that's you're just done. I'm just kidding.
You're out of the family, out of the will.
So we started with the question: is there a best live-action animated remake? Like Lilo and Stitch is pretty new. I don't know if any of us have seen it.
I mean, I think
Is Lightyear? That's not live action?
No,
it's
that
not a
was
live action.
animated.
That's just another movie.
Yeah, Snow White, but we haven't seen that.
I
Probably
think you said
Maleficent, Aladdin.
Jungle Book were good. I think The Lion King was really good. I mean, I don't see. I think there's people who just hold on to The Lion King itself is so good. So I think there's some, cherishing that original animated version. But I still thought the live action was really good.
Well, and then
They
with
did
the Lion
Dumbo?
King though, it's all still animals. So like, is it? It doesn't have any human influence. Do we still consider it
it's just
live action?
voiced.
Yeah, it's just voiceover.
I think it technically falls in that world, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Honestly, this one, and I haven't seen a lot of these, so I can't say. Cinderella, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, I haven't seen any of them.
They're all in heavy rotation at our house.
So are any of them really good or like better?
Um,
You're our expert. You're our resident
Beauty and the
expert
Beast
on
is
this.
pretty good.
The original
With-
is
Yeah, the
great,
original's great, but the new one's pretty good. It's got what's her name? Hermione.
Emma Watson.
Yeah, Emma Watson.
that her
She
name?
does a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't love the Little Mermaid remake just because they added like 2 or 3 songs.
I heard it was really long.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
much longer.
That was
than
like on NBC or something, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, it's so long."
Well, that was they did like a musical of it, and
Oh,
then
maybe
the
that's
movie
okay.
that came out was just it was long as well.
Gotcha.
And it was like they didn't need to add so much. The Aladdin one is done by Guy Ritchie and Will Smith, so
Yep. That's a live action?
yeah.
Okay.
I watched
Probably
it.
out.
Didn't really love it. Like I couldn't tell you much about it because that was just there, kind of watching it. Jen's a big fan of Maleficent
yeah. I heard
with
and that one's
Angelina
Never
Jolie.
saw those. But
that
are
was
those,
supposed to be
that's-
good.
are those live action remakes, or they just made a movie?
They
Well,
made
no,
a movie
that's
about the
from
character
Sleeping
from
Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty.
I know, but those I just wouldn't necessarily call those live action remakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got you.
More
For
just
that
live
reason,
action.
I feel like you're.
It's not a remake. Yeah,
It's because of the remake factor.
Right.
Right. They made a live action movie.
continuation
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
They
of-
made a live action movie. That's it.
I think one of the challenges, and maybe not so much a challenge, but a lot of the live action Disney ones are often musicals. And so if you don't like musicals, then
Yeah.
you're going to probably
It's a
be
fair
out
point.
because that's all the Disney films were. They were
Right.
musicals. So this one's a little different, right? Because it's not a musical and it's just straight up story.
So this is my favorite. Let's just say I haven't seen them all, but I'm gonna.
You going with this one?
Yeah, probably because it's just like
Better than The Lion King?
I haven't seen the
The newer one?
the new Lion King. Should I watch it?
You know,
I love the Lion King. I love the original.
I think it's worth it because of that. I mean, there's a Mufasa that came from after that.
right. They did
I
like a
haven't
sequel
seen
to it.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah. And they got James
It's a
Earl Jones
prequel.
back before he passed
Oh,
away.
sorry.
So
Prequel.
prequel. Okay,
yeah.
It's about Mufasa's life.
I'm in. Let's watch it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see them stopping doing this anytime
Oh,
soon.
no.
Because I feel like
Yeah, they just hit that rev.
yeah, they're getting the money. So it's probably going to continue the trend. But we got a podcast episode out of it, so all good.
As always, this is our Film Fathers. We don't have many listeners, and anyone that does listen is tough and tasteless. The subscribers are even more so. The only upside is the likes. While other pods have sponsors and advertisers, we have Brady. Thanks, and go to bed.